at some point we have to level up. We have to level up because why not? For me, that is what life is all about. It's all about getting better and better, just improving the overall quality of our lives. Hello everybody, my name is Togo. Welcome back for another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are talking about building wealth and creating a life of comfort. I've learned a few things about building wealth and just having more money come in so that you can be able to live a life of comfort. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I've learned in my own journey, things that I've learned in books, things that I've learned in other people's experiences that I've implemented in my life that have really made me to see results. And yeah, if you want to hear all about that, then do stick around, and also do click the subscribe button. I'd love to be over here. We're all about leveling up. We're all about just living our best lives, become the best versions of ourselves, and just living fabulously. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is that if you want to build wealth and create a life of comfort, obviously you need to make money. So the first step is to find ways that you can make money. Whether that is getting a job or starting your own business, just find a way to make money. And I know a lot of people will think, but it's so difficult out here. You can't find work. You can't find anything really. I know that that is the case, especially here in South Africa, but there are so many other things that you can consider, that you can start. I'm not saying that it's easy, but all I'm saying is that there are other options. If you can't find a job that can bring you money, you can consider starting your own business, starting small with what you have, so that you can be able to grow that and be able to have money coming in. And you can also acquire certain skills that you can be able to monetize those skills. You can be able to help other people with the skills that you've acquired, and those people can pay you money so that you can be able to help them in many different areas. Now there's a world of online. There's so many opportunities online where you can be able to find work that you can do and get paid and have money coming in. If you already have a job, then great, you already have a source of income. And I know what you're thinking. You might think that you're not earning enough, you're not earning a lot of money for you to be able to build wealth, but we're going to come to that. If you already have a job, then you're already on your way to building wealth if you're going to implement some of the things that we're going to talk about. So that's the first step, is for you to find a way to make money. It doesn't have to be millions, it doesn't have to be big, just start small. Then from the money that you make, we're going to talk more about that, to say what is it that you can do to start being on your way to building wealth. All right, the next step, now that you found a way to make money, whether that's through a job, through starting your own business, whichever way that you found to make money, now the second step is for you to creatively live below your means. Because when you are building wealth, you have a goal in mind. You are working towards something. So you have to work with what you have. Otherwise, you can never then build anything if you are waiting for something else that you don't already have. So in order for you to creatively live below your means, it doesn't mean that you must deprive yourself of, the things that you need, the necessities. It just means that you must find ways to not spend more money than you have to. You can still do all the things that you need to do with your money. However, because you have a goal in mind, there are things that you're going to find ways around, because you want to be able to have excess money that you can be able to do something with that is going to help you to build wealth. Just because you can afford to buy an expensive car with the job that you have, it doesn't mean that you should, it doesn't mean that you must. You can buy a car, just a functional car, that is going to take you from point A to B, that is comfortable enough, that is reliable, that is going to do what you need the car to do. Another example that I can make is that if, let's say, maybe you are just starting out, or you don't own a home yet, maybe you are still renting, instead of you renting a huge apartment or a huge flat in a very expensive neighborhood, find a comfortable place that is safe, that is just big enough for what you need, so that you can be able to save money. You can afford it, yes, but it doesn't mean that you should do it. Because why? In your mind, you have the thing to say, I'm trying to build wealth here. So you have to be okay with delayed gratification. That's the one thing that I learned very early on, that you have to be okay with delayed gratification. You have to be okay with missing out on some things. It's not really missing out, it's just that you are just delaying your gratification. You know that you are building, and once you've got that foundation, then you can be able to get those things later on, and maybe you won't even have to spend your hard-earned money, you won't even have to spend your salary on those things. Your money can be making you money, then you can be able to splurge on those things, but you have to be okay with delayed gratification. So look at your life, see what you can do to creatively live below your means. All right, number 3, you have to cut out unnecessary expenses in your lifestyle. Now this point is different from the previous point. With the previous point, I said you need to find ways to creatively live below your means, which means that you are still going to spend money on the things that are necessary for you to spend money on, like your housing. You're still going to, have a place to live. Your food, you're still going to buy groceries. Your transportation, you're still going to pay for all of those things. You're just going to find ways, creative ways, for you to not have to spend more than what you actually have to spend. On this point here, there are things that we pay for on a monthly basis where you actually take a look and think that really I don't need to be paying for this. I can just cut this out altogether, and you be able to save a lot of money, where you can be able to take that money and use it in other things that are going to actually build you wealth. So look at your lifestyle, look at your expenses, see whether there are expenses that you can just cut out of your life. Things like, maybe if you are that person who likes to go out a lot to eat, I know that can be very convenient, that can be very nice, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of money that is involved in that lifestyle. So you might want to maybe just cut it out and cook your meals at home, buy groceries and cook your meals at home. The other thing that I ended up doing in my life is I realized that I was paying for DSTV, for example. I was paying for DSTV. I had multiple TVs in my home, so I was paying over 500 Rand for DSTV. On top of that, I still had Netflix, I still had all these other things. I came to realize that actually no, the most time that in my household is spent on entertainment is on Netflix and YouTube. So I decided to just cut out DSTV, and I end up saving over 500 Rand on a monthly basis. Also, that gym membership that you don't really use. If you are those people that hardly make it to the gym, but on a monthly basis you are paying this gym membership, maybe it's time for you to really just cancel that gym membership. Those are the things that you can look at that can save you a lot of money. Alright, number 4. Now that we have cut out all unnecessary expenses and all of that, the next point that I want to make is that nowadays you don't have to have one stream of income. Find ways to build multiple streams of income where you can be able to have extra money that you can save maybe, or extra money that you can invest. If you currently have one stream of income, maybe it's time for you to think of the second stream of income. If you have 2 streams of income, maybe it's time for you to think of the third stream of income, because why not? So many times, especially in the Black community, we are made to feel bad for wanting to have more money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make more money, with wanting to have multiple streams of income, because that is not just going to give you money to spend on frivolous things or things that are really not going to do anything for you. That is going to give you an opportunity to be able to have more money that you can be able to put aside for this wealth building that we are talking about. I have a video where I was talking about my 5 streams of income. So if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it either in the description box or up here, and you can also maybe refer to that video to just find some ideas of other ways of making of having multiple streams of income. Point number 5. Now that you've done all these things, and now that you have this extra money that you can be able to put away every month, now it's time for you to start building. One thing that I can tell you that changed my life very early on in my journey of building wealth is this book right here. I read this book, I'm sure it's over 10 years ago. This book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book changed my life. This little book right here changed my life. I encourage you to read this book. It's got very simple principles, but I feel like once I read them from this book, it really became clear to me what is it that I need to do. So let's talk about now what you can do with this money now that you have, that you are able to put away. One of the streams of incomes that I talk about on that video is something that I learned from this book right here. In this book right here, he was talking about differentiating between assets and liabilities, meaning that you have to be able to differentiate between something that is a liability to you and something that is an asset to you. Something that is an asset is something that is actually going to generate money for you, that is going to build you wealth. So what I did in my own journey from what I learned from this book is that after going through all these steps that I've talked about, and I was able to have money that I can put away, at some point I was able to take that money and buy some rental properties, where now I'm able to generate rental income on a monthly basis through those properties. And not only are my properties going up in value, so that whenever I decide to sell them, I can make profit. Those properties are generating income for me at this point. So I'm able to take that money that I generate from those properties on a monthly basis and actually do more things that will actually bring me more money. Just because I have that income coming in every month, it doesn't mean that I have to splurge, I have to buy unnecessary things. No, I'm still living below my means because I still want to grow my wealth even further. So when I'm saying I'm still living below my means, it doesn't mean that my life is not progressing. My life is progressing because now I'm making more money. So the level of comfort that I'm able to enjoy is more than what I used to enjoy before. But still, I'm still living below my means, because if I wanted to just spend all of that money every month, I could, but I choose not to do it. I choose to want that money to be able to make even more money for me. Point number 6. Now this one is a bonus point, and this one is quite controversial because not everyone believes in what I'm going to say, but I personally 100% believe in this point, that if you are somebody that is looking for a partner or a life partner or a husband or a wife, because I know there's also some gentlemen that watch my channel. So if you are somebody that is looking for a life partner, you need to choose wisely, because choosing somebody to get married to is one of the decisions that can either make or break you in terms of, you know, building wealth, or in terms of leveling up or progressing in life in general. If you are going to involve yourself with somebody that has no ambition, somebody that does not have any vision for the life that they want to live, or somebody that wants to live a completely different life from the life that you want to live and the life that you are working towards, then it's not going to work really. You need to find somebody that shares the same views as you in terms of the life that you are building, in terms of the things that you want to enjoy in life, the lifestyle that you want to live. You need to find somebody who shares the same vision as you. That way you can be able to work together in building this wealth that I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that you must marry somebody for money. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there are men out there, good men, that have all the qualities that you are looking for, that are also financially stable. That's all that I'm saying, that choose somebody that is financially stable, somebody that, you know, has the potential or the ability to grow with you, somebody that you can build with, somebody that, you know, can help you in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Not somebody that is going to feel threatened by you, not somebody that is going to try and pull you down, not somebody that is going to feel insecure and try to do all these things that are really not going to help you with, you know, the journey that you are on of building wealth. I talk a lot about, you know, relationships, even when I'm not specifically talking about relationships in that video. But because the relationships are a big part of our lives in general, and relationships have a potential of destroying you or building you, depending on the type of relationship that you are in. So I always want to talk about that, because people underestimate the power of choosing the right partner. That can really have an impact on the outcome of your life in general. So make sure that you are aware of that. I'm not saying that you must choose somebody because of their money. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that choose somebody that you can build with, somebody that is stable, somebody that is not going to destroy your life, somebody that is not going to bring you down and backwards in terms of all the progress that you've made on your own in building your wealth. So make sure that you choose wisely. Alright, my loves, those are all the tips that I have for you today. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a thumbs up, and also do click that subscribe button. We'd love to have you over here. We're all about leveling up, we're all about living our best lives and becoming the best versions of ourselves, inside and out. So thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. I will see you on the next video. Bye.